Okay, welcome back. In between episodes, I ran back to the previous town and basically just renamed the tentacle I caught to be named Octo. Honestly, if you have any better names, feel free to just let me know. I'm going to buy some Pokeballs and some Super Potions because we have to go through a cave today, and I don't get access to whatchamacallit for a good while. I don't get access to Moo Moo Milk for a long time. So this person will normally give you TM for Rock Smash. It was Growl. That is about as useless as that could possibly be. So let's see if there's... Actually, did I pick this thing up last time? No, I did not. An Elixir. For some reason, I think that might be an Elixir normally. Actually, it might be a... Actually, I don't know what that normally is. It might be an Elixir, it might be an Ether. I don't actually remember. It's been a while since I played original X and Y. So let's talk to this person for TM for Nature Power, which is Vine Whip. That could come in handy, actually. Oh, also, while in between episodes, while I was running back, I got another level or two on a couple of party members. And also, I found a couple more items. I found a Pearl String, a Nugget, and an Odd Keystone. Basically, I'll just be able to sell those for money, so that could come in handy, and might, honestly, it might help offset the fact that I don't currently have access to the Amulet Coin, which I would normally have. Also, this guy is basically just like, hey, if you have Genesect, he'll give you all the drives to change Technoblast, and these are to change Deoxys. So we probably won't ever need those, but hey, they are there if we need them. Okay, so on with the plot we go. Wait for me. So now we have to go and investigate Glittering Cave, because that's going to be our next objective. Welcome, future archaeologists. You are drawn here by the mystique of fossils, no doubt. I'm Serena, this is Branch. We're researching Mega Evolution, and we were wondering if you know anything about it. Oh, so you're Professor Sycamore students. I've heard about you. Mega Evolution, you say? I'm sorry, but all I know is that it has something to do with mysterious stones. Still, if you're students of the Professor, you must know about Pokemon fossils, right? Yes, we do. Wonderful. I expect no less from Professor Sycamore's students. That's right. Fossils are the legacy of prehistoric Pokemon. You should really go to the dig site and see the real thing firsthand. Oh, I see. Well, if you don't know anything about Mega Evolution, then hold on. Pokemon that can be restored from fossils just might have something to do with Mega Evolution. The assistant in Glittering Cave right now might know about that. What should I do? Well, since I'm already here, maybe I should go talk to that assistant. You going to Glittering Cave? And yes we are. That is our next objective. So let's hopefully get on over there without too much hassle. I will have an encounter or two, so I'll put Violet to the front of the party so I'll have access to Stun Spore. Also, fun fact, this guy, he just mentions, just like, oh, you know, he doesn't know that our player character is literally Grace's son/daughter. Okay, so now this person will give us the Rocky Helmet, which I will get actual use out of, because I will put that on Fiora straight away, because now we'll be able to bounce back some of the damage we take from physical hits, and because of Fur Coat, we'll take less damage from physical hits, so hopefully we'll be able to, you know, reduce some damage and get a nice little bit of chip damage in the process. So out here, I can get one of 3 Pokemon as my encounter. I can get either Sandile, Hippopotas, or Helioptile. And we are getting, I'm kind of hoping for Sandile. It is indeed Sandile. Fantastic. So this means I have a potential Crocodile. The only downside to this is I wouldn't have minded being able to get Heliolisk, because I do really like Heliolisk. It's another one of those weird Pokemon that's like, hey, here's another Gen 6 Pokemon that kind of just arbitrarily has normal type slapped onto it. But hey, it's a kind of cool Pokemon, and I always liked it. It's one of the Pokemon from this gen that I actually bothered to actually train up to level 100. Now that I think about it. Now that I say that, but I actually have in my physical save in Omega Ruby, I have pretty much everything trained to level 100. I've spent a lot of time playing Omega Ruby in my time. And honestly, yeah, at some point I'll probably do a playthrough of that on here as well. And that Gust did a lot more than I would have liked, but honestly, it's fine. Well, it's not more than I would have liked, but more than I expected it to. Maybe the Sandile's, I don't know, weak on its special defense or something. So hopefully it'll just stay in the ball now and work with me. Fantastic. 10 out of 10, love to see that. Now, the question is, what did I name my one in Black and White? What was that one called? I do not remember what it was called, so this thing is not going to have a name for a while. If you have any suggestions for names, feel free to tell me in the comments. Okay, so it is not the best in terms of nature, but hey, it has Moxie, which means it could potentially set up and sweep if need be. And honestly, well, with randomized TMs, anything could be on the table. It's entirely possible I can get Dragon Dance on this thing at some point. I mean, I say that, I would need to find a TM for Dragon Dance, but still. And we found a Metachamite. So now if we get a Metacham, we can Mega Evolve that. And you do get a few... Actually, I think Metacham is available in a few areas in this game. So honestly, it may be No. You know what? Okay, yeah, we are doing this backwards now. And we are now just going to walk this little section backwards, because apparently the game doesn't want to work with me for a second. Okay, so this is Helioptile. We won't actually see Helioptile much, and I think we'll see Heliolisk maybe twice in the entire game. I say that, I know Clement has one. He is the 5th gym leader, and that's his ace. And what is this item? A Cherish Ball. Huh, that's a weird one. The Cherish... I don't know what its catch rate is, but I know that the Cherish Ball is basically like the one they give you for event Pokemon. Like, event Pokemon will often come in a Cherish Ball. It's like it's like just a fully red Pokeball. It does look kinda cool, not gonna lie. Okay, so let's just move on through here, because we are now just about at the end. We can go and fight a Sky Trainer, but honestly I'm not gonna bother, because realistically the Sky Trainers are a bit weird. They're like, hey, you have to have Pokemon that aren't on the ground for it, and yeah, it's a little bit messy, so I'm not going to. And I do remember the one out here uses a Ledian, so honestly, I don't like my odds. I wouldn't like my odds because Butterfree would be my only Pokemon that I think would be able to fight. And honestly, well, Ledian has a ridiculously high special defense stat. It's pretty much all it has going for it, to be honest. Okay, so what do you have to say? Anything interesting? Oh, you just healed me. Fantastic. Nice. I mean, we didn't really take all that much damage, but hey, here's Sandile, if anything. Okay, so we don't need to worry about this. I will not get lost in this cave, because well, it's honestly not that complicated. However, I do intend on taking a couple of wrong turns to pick up some items, because there is a TM in here that I want, and my encounter will be a Cubone. Okay, a Cubone, a potential Marowak. That's not bad. And it should be at a level where it would naturally already have a move or two available to it. Honestly, I'm not mad about that. Actually, hang on, wait. Now the question becomes... now the question quite simply becomes, will I be lucky enough to like, basically, Cubone's usefulness to me in this entire run will be determined by two things. One, does it have the Thick Club when I catch it? And two, if it doesn't, can I buy one somewhere? Because the Thick Club is kind of ridiculously good. Like, it's basically just the thing that makes Marowak and Cubone kind of a lot more usable. But hey, we managed to catch the Cubone. And now the question is, what do I want to name this thing? Once again, I'm going to defer back to the comments, I think. Alternatively, I will think of one later, because it's not going on the team right now. Like, it's not going to be particularly useful to me already. But that is a fantastic nature for it, actually. Okay, you know what? Cubone might be going on the team starting next episode. Like, starting in the next episode, that Cubone might be going on the team. And I'm pretty sure it evolves. I want to say it evolves at like 28. It's either 28 or 31. So it wouldn't even be stuck as a Cubone for all that long. And once it becomes Marowak, especially if it has the Thick Club available, that could genuinely become really helpful to me. I am actually kind of I am actually kind of looking forward to the idea of being able to use a Marowak in a playthrough again, because I haven't used one in a playthrough in probably like 10, 12 years. I think I used one in Heart Gold once. Nelly said Soul Silver. I've only actually words once again. I think I've only ever actually played Soul Silver once. Mawile could have been nice. Actually, Intimidate would have been kind of good, but at the same time, Mawile isn't amazing by itself. But then again, just having Intimidate could be useful. But I do have a guaranteed Gyarados in a couple of places, so honestly, that's okay. Now, I do want to find the TM in here, which is normally for Shadow Claw. That's a Kangaskhan. Honestly, I'm going to run from that, because Kangaskhan is kind of scary, not going to lie. Okay, that bite hits for 14. I should be safe. Okay, it is time to switch out and run away like a big hero. And this Cubone does not have... whatchamacallit. This Cubone does not have the Thick Club, so that isn't exactly ideal. Actually, if I get a Pokemon that has Thief... So, hold on with me just for a second. If I have a Pokemon with Thief, and I just run around in here finding Cubones, if I spam Thief, eventually I should be able to find a Thick Club, right? So that way, in theory, I might be able to make this a lot more powerful. Also, Fiora's just going to have to knock out this Kangaskhan because, well, apparently I wasn't getting away from it with my Butterfree. And anyway, I'm honestly not going to complain about getting a chunk of EXP, because that is a nice amount of... That is Fisher on a TM for Aerial Ace. And that just gave me a dastardly idea that I might do once just for fun, but definitely won't be using for a large amount of the playthrough, because I think it would basically be cheating. Okay, so now if we go up here, we will actually, this guy mentions having a Houndour. I remember that. So instead, let's lead. No, I don't want to heal. Let's lead with whatchamacallit, Furfrou. Because this is where we first meet Team Flare. And honestly, I'll be real. The orange suits are kinda cool. Okay, so. Well, what do we have here? A nosy little trainer has come poking around. Listen up, we're a fashionable team whose very name makes people tremble in fear. Team Flare. Team Flare's goal is to make it so we're the only ones who are happy. We don't care one bit about what happens to other trainers or Pokemon. Get out of here, kid. Don't you not know not to play with fire? No, of course. Of course we don't. Getting my fancy suit dirty isn't the stylish way to do things, but if you insist, I'll obliterate you. Get him, Houndour! Man, I wish I had a Houndour. I don't... Actually, can I even get a Houndour? I think Houndour might only be an X. Yeah, I think Houndour is only an X because Electrike is in Y. Okay, so what level is this guy at? 20? I may be a little bit under-leveled then. On the plus side, Furfrou is still at a point where it can just, headbutt things and just knock them out in one. Honestly, that is kinda nice. And his second Pokemon is a Zubat, and honestly, Supersonic could be annoying, but Zubat isn't really going to be much of an issue, because it's even... I think it's frailer than Houndour is. Anyway, we comfortably just breeze through that guy. You may have beaten me, but when I lose, I go out in style. I mean, credit to him, the suit is kinda nice. What's this? You're a pretty tough Pokemon trainer for a kid, but watch yourself. I'm not the only member of Team Flare. I mean, I would be concerned if you were, because, why would you just be hanging out in a cave? We're gonna take everyone else down so we can do what we want. Okay, sure thing. Team Flare Grunt number 2, who leads with a Gulpin. I am actually worried about the last fight here, because the last fight in this area is a double battle, where you have to team with your rival, and, yeah, that could be a problem. So could Amnesia. Amnesia on Gulpin could be an issue. because I may run out of PP for Headbutt, and I don't really want to have to walk all the way back out of this cave to heal, and then have to walk all the way back through again. So I'm actually going to switch and start using Tackle instead. Okay, Quick Attack hits for 4 damage, and then they take a bit of damage from the Rocky Helmet. And then Tackle... Oh yeah, Tackle nearly knocked it out just by itself, so Headbutt absolutely would have. And that is another nice, quick, easy win. Goodbye, Team Flare Grunt number 2. Hey, you weren't supposed to beat me. Well, give me the money. Okay, so that is 2 out of 4, I think. Because, well, we now have a double battle. We're Team Flare. We put the fashion into fear. We were looking for fossils, but discovered a kid. Okay, so now we have to team with our rival. If there's 2 members of Team Flare, well then, are you ready to team up and battle them? I mean, I'm not really going to get any worse. Just fought with another one of these Team Flare guys. If you just want to make people in Team Flare happy, why don't you just do that? But if you're going to go around threatening other people, we won't let you get away with it. Okay, so, pretty much what I want to do now, I could have sworn one of these people is meant to have 2 Pokemon. And my first thought is I do not want to have Fiora on the field right now, because that is 2 fighting types. So I'm just going to switch straight out. I'm going to switch straight out to Butterfree, because as much as I hate to say it, Butterfree is also probably the most expendable Pokemon I currently have. And Revenge hits Violet for nothing. Hits for 4, fantastic. And now I can Confusion the Croagunk, and that is quad effective, so that should just bring it down in 1 hit. Very nice. As much as I do like Croagunk, I do kind of hate the fact that it's quad weak to Psychic. Okay, we get a Light Screen from Esper. That's going to give us 0 benefit whatsoever. Okay, Headbutt hit for, what, 18 damage there? So I should be okay. I'm not going to bother using, whatchamacallit? I'm not going to bother using Stun Spore, because I think this thing has Shed Skin. And Faint Attack on Esper doesn't really matter to me, because I can now finish off this Scraggy with a second Gust, and we are good to go. Fantastic. Okay, so that was that. Honestly, I was worried about that fight. Never mind, disregard the worry. And Fiora levels up once again, and 2 more Team Flare grunts are dealt with. Yeah, good job, Team Flare. And thanks for the money. I guess I also got a bonus $160 somewhere. Oh man, my favorite fashionable Team Flare suit is filthy. If we can restore fossils, we can make some good money. Well, you're not gonna manage that, are you? Okay, yeah, they just say the same thing if you talk to them again. Also, this will be a Zubat, I think. I'm not counting it as a separate encounter or anything, but, okay, I stand corrected. It was a Woobat and not a Zubat. But anyway, basically, I'm not counting it as a separate encounter because, you know, I've already got my encounter for this area. Now, I just ran directly into another one. Will this be a Zubat? No, just another Woobat. To be totally honest, there's one Pokemon that can swoop down from the ceiling in caves that I want, and it's not going to be found for a good while, and that Pokemon is Noibert. Wait, we found a jaw fossil? What are the odds of that? Because we just found a jaw fossil, and this guy will ask us if we want the jaw fossil of a sail fossil. Did you find him? Yes, we did. Why, hello. You look for fossils as well? Are you okay? Did Team Flare come here? Team Flare? What's that, a Pokemon? Don't worry about it. It looks like he was completely absorbed in looking for fossils. You two are very lucky. I just now found 2 fossils. But they're both ones I already have, so I'll give one to each of you. Do you want the jaw fossil or the sail fossil? I mean, we just found the jaw fossil, so let's take the sail fossil. It's the sail fossil. It shines with all the colours of the rainbow. Yes, it is. But I'm going to see what this says. It's the jaw fossil. It looks like it could chew up anything. Okay, so I'm going to take the sail fossil. This would normally be a Mora, which honestly would be a Pokemon I would quite like to get, but hey, we'll see what we can get. Okay, so I'll restore your fossils and turn them back into Pokemon at the Fossil Lab. Hope to see you there. Well, off we go then. Because now we have to walk all the way back out of here. Which is a little bit inconvenient, but whatever. Well, we went looking for the assistant, and we found that suspicious group called Team Flare as well. I guess I should go train more so I can safely travel around with those Team Flare people running around. In that case, I guess the best thing to do would be a challenge for Cyllage City Gym. I'll be honest, Team Flare probably never going to be that much of a problem for me. Watch as I say that, then wipe on the first Lysander fight. Like, I'm going to predict that now. I'm calling the shot that I'm going to wipe on that fight. I don't know why, because I am pretty far away from it. I think what I'll probably end up doing is underestimating it. I'll underestimate it. Yeah, I'll probably underestimate it. Think, yeah, I can just win this without any hassle. And then probably just be ridiculously underleveled for it. And then just wipe to that. Also, I think... Okay, 10 out of 10, we've made it out without only one more encounter. Is there anything over here? I'm gonna check. I don't think there is, but hey, I'm here now, so might as well check. That's just a Machop. So, let's hopefully get Fiora out of here without any more incidents. Honestly, even if we got stuck in that fight, I think we could have probably taken one. There isn't an item here, so let's just head on back to Ambret Town, revive these fossils, and make our way over towards the next town. At which point, I can also go and buy some new clothes, because honestly, you know, that's part of Kalos, part of Kalosian? Kalosian? I'm gonna go with Kalosian. I don't know if that's the actual word for it. Anyway, Kalos is a region with drip, so you know what? Let's go and make our character a bit more fashionable. Now, hopefully we can get through this without too much, well, without too many interruptions. I say that as I haven't had any encounters here. To be honest, this is the lowest number of encounters I've ever had going to and from this cave. I say that and immediately get an encounter. I did actually, one time, I did find a shiny Sandile here in a playthrough. That was kind of fun. And to this day, that is the only time I ever found a shiny Sandile, I think. Wait, have I seen another one? I don't think I have. I think that's actually still on my save in Pokemon X. Like, Pokemon X, like, I don't know, I forget which one it is. I think X was the one I replayed and Y became, like kind of my shiny bank. And then Omega Ruby became my, like, hey, I've trained all these Pokemon. And then Alpha Sapphire was the one I replayed. Okay, so, now that we have all of these, let's revive all of these fossils. Because we now have... how many do we have? We have 1, 2, 3... any others? 4... Okay, so... Oh, that was a rare bone. Man, if that was the thick club, that would have been a bit... Okay, so, let's revive these fossils. So, let's revive the Doom fossil first. Normally this would be Kabuto, but this will instead be... Kabuto is a Duckless. Okay, that's not bad. I don't mind getting a Ducklet. So, Skull fossil, this would normally be Cranidos. Cranidos? I think it's meant to be Cranidos, because it would normally be like for cranium, because that's for brain, right? And that is a... Okay, yeah, that's never getting any use. Like, I mean, it's a potential Wobbuffet, but I'm probably never going to use it. So, let's revive the Jaw fossil next. And then we'll do the Sail fossil last. And then if I find any other fossils, I can come back and revive these anytime. So, Tyrant is another Seviper. Maybe I should token that. No, it'll be fine. And now we go and we turn the Sail fossil, which would be a Mora, back into whatever it's meant to be, and that is... That's a Heracross. Heracross would be so good for the next gym, actually. Actually, Heracross would be great for, like, most of the rest of this game, now that I think about it. Okay, so, Ducklet is Jolly. That's not great, but it already comes with... That's a full set. That's a full moveset there. Of attacks. Why not? Actually, I could get use out of that with Counter and Miracle and Destiny Bond. Seviper. I mean, I already have a Seviper. Like, I already have Seviper up here with Quacklen. Okay, and Heracross is not the best, but it does come with Aerial Ace and Counter. I could get use out of this. Also, just for evil, dastardly purposes, this Honedge has no guard, in theory, if I ever find, like, a choice scarf, I could just teach this thing Fisher, and it could just outspeed everything and just Fisher things. I'm not going to do that, because I think that would be, like, massive levels of cheating, but I could, and that's what matters. Okay, so, I'm going to keep Cubone. I'm going to put Cubone in the box, and I'll probably train it up in between episodes. I'm currently leaning towards Cubone and Heracross being the next Pokemon to join the team, and maybe putting Violet in the PC. Mostly because, honestly, unfortunately, Butterfree is probably going to start falling off soon, and the next gym is Rock types, so, maybe not the best place for it. I mean, I say that as I still have my, Brixen on the team as well. So now we can move on towards Cyllage City. But first, let's talk to this guy and grab the Old Rod, because now we can go and do some fishing. Fortunately, I'm just gonna skip all that text, because realistically, well, I don't need a tutorial on fishing in Pokemon games. I've played them enough. And now, if I go all the way over here, I can actually get an encounter in Ambret Town itself. But first, let's pick up this item over here, which is a Great Ball. Okay, so now let's go and fish. Unfortunately, I don't think I have anything that would help with chain fishing. Chain fishing is really good in this game. It's a special mechanic that I think was only available in Gen 6. And basically, if you just fish consistently in the same place, you just get better and better shiny odds. And that's a love disc. I mean, you know what? I will take my positives where I can get them. That means I can't get a love disc somewhere else. So you know what? I'll take that. That's fine. It's not ideal, but it's okay. Now, that also means love disc is now sorted. Also, yeah, I don't know what I want to do about that Seviper. Because I already have one. But then I got another one. So that is technically dupes. Maybe I'll token it. I don't know. If you have it, I don't know. I will think about it and decide and mention it in a later episode. For now, that second Seviper I'll just kind of sit in the box, I guess. But I will figure that one out eventually. Now we can also grab a Margot Berry. I'll be honest, I have no idea what a Margot Berry does off the top of my head. And this person will give me the item finder. Well, the dowsing machine. Basically, they look kind of goofy in this game, but honestly, it might be my favorite. Actually, it might be my favorite version of it. No, that's the EXP share. And there it is. Dowsing machine. So now, we can go and find a whole bunch of hidden items. And, there we go. We found a snowball. I don't think we could realistically find a snowball like that on the beach, but okay. There we go. We found a meadow plate. Meadow plate just on a random rock. I will say, it was kind of fun finding all the plates in this game and then just being like, hey, yeah, actually, Arceus isn't here at all, actually. Oh, there it is. No, there it is. Found some Stardust. I think you can actually normally find some Stardust here. I'll be honest, I will probably just kind of search the areas around here just as I go throughout the game. And like, I will probably just kind of scan through areas off screen just to find hidden items. Because I do quite like looking for stuff in this game, and I guess we're having another battle. Okay, so off we go. This person has a Wingull. Wingull, not going to be a problem at all. Pelipper, though. Pelipper... I've lost my train of thought. Pelipper was a Pokemon that I very much grew an appreciation for, I think. The last time I played through Gen 3, and also in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Because Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, it's like, hey, this is where you get the Lucky Egg from. And honestly, Lucky Egg is probably my favorite item in Pokemon, because it makes grinding a lot faster. Wait, are my eyes going, or was the text for a critical hit there still in white? I could have sworn that's meant to be, like, in kind of gold. Or maybe that's in later gens. I don't know. And I do still have the dowsing machine out, and I'm going to end up accidentally running into more trainers. I don't know why there's a trainer tips sign hidden behind a rock smash rock there, but whatever. Now that I think about it, I don't know if I'll ever actually get to go past those. And I think there is... I'm sure there's a hidden item around here somewhere. Oh. There we go. An energy root. Okay, that could be worse, actually. Now, I do have... There's a bike shop here. I can go pick up the bike. There's a clothes shop. I will check out Cyllage City more in the next episode. But I'm also going to actually go over here before I do anything else and get my encounter. So, there's Miss there. Actually, okay, so here's the thing. There's a couple of Pokemon I could potentially really want. I don't know which one I would prefer. Because I have the potential to get an Eevee here. Actually, no. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move Apollo to the front of the party for this. Because this could take a little while, and I have a 2 out of 3 chance of getting something I want. That wasn't what I wanted at all. It is a Snubble. That is absolutely not what I wanted in the slightest. That is actually like the worst possible scenario. I wanted to walk in, use the honey, and then I could have potentially found a Yanma. Basically, if you find hordes on this route, you can get either Yanma, Electrike, or Houndour, depending on which version you're playing, or Nosepass. And I think, unless I get super lucky and find a fossil or something somewhere to get a Yanma, that was basically my only chance to potentially get a Yanmega in this game. And I would have loved to have used a Yanmega. But hey, we have Snubble. So that could be worse, actually, because Snubble is pretty solid. And also, we have another in-game trade available in this town. And it has lower attack stat. Fantastic. I really just can't seem to catch a break with niches in this playthrough so far. But hey, can't really complain, because honestly, we haven't lost anything yet, so I will actually call that a bit of a success. So let's go head into the Pokemon Center and end off today's episode here. So let's just save, well, heal first. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, in between episodes, I'm going to do some grinding, probably add Cubo into the team and just kind of get everything kind of leveled up. Probably get everything to like 22, 23 probably, and then be able to challenge, then feel more confident challenging the gym in the next episode. However, this guy, trade a Love Disc for a Typhlosion. I can trade a Love Disc for a Typhlosion. I mean, that's a solid option, you know? I might do that in the next episode. And first thing, actually, let's check this out before I stop. Upgrade, Reefer Cloth, and a Toxic Plate. So if I find a Duskull or a Porygon, I could get some use out of those. Okay, so I'm going to end off today's episode here. Next time, I'll be challenging the second gym. This should be going up on Monday, I think. So Resident Evil 2 will be Tuesday, Thursday, and then Pokemon will be Monday, Wednesday, Friday this week. I think, if I'm doing this correctly. Anyway, I'm going to end off today's episode here. As always, feel free to leave a comment and click any buttons down below if you feel so inclined. And I will hopefully see you all next time for more Pokemon Y. Okay, thanks for watching. Later.